Good afternoon. Welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Please like, continue to subscribe, refer this channel, share it, and all the information. Help me grow. I appreciate you. Well, yesterday we did a visit. I did a visit to Tractor Supply, one of my favorite stores. And yes, they have seed potatoes in. These are red Norlands, $5.99, 4-pound bag. And they are fresh because you can see the fresh seed starts in there. So we'll be cutting those up as soon as the weather gets nice and stays nice. I'll be planting more potatoes. Here's another bag of russets. Again, both of those bags for 4 pounds produced over 15 pounds potatoes for me. So that's good return for the money invested. I would really appreciate it if you guys start thinking about how I can produce more food for myself to survive the upcoming food shortages that will not go away. They're implementing this at a record pace. If you pay attention to the news, you will see Joe Biden's budget busting $1 trillion of budget. Green New Deal is in there. They tell you exactly what the Green New Deal plus a new office creation has more of a budget than our southern border security. Donations and support for Ukraine is greater than our southern budget border security. What does that tell you? Part of changing the United States is mass migration. And they are going to flood this country with people that don't speak English or don't hold our values. And that's going to change our country. Food shortages are going to become so apparent when it comes harvest time in summer and fall, when people don't have fertilizer to grow quickly and vast numbers, such as the cornfields, they're going to be sparsed out because there's not enough nitrogen, fertilizer, and everything else going around. So wheat, soybean, corn, going to be in short supplies. That's flour and all your soy milks and all this other kind of crap. The small farmer is going to be put out of business. The meat industry is going to be controlled and is already controlled by 3 major corporations. The rest of it is done. They own everything. China owns one of the largest meat packing plants. Figure that one out. Do your research if you don't believe me. When foreign countries control our meat, our crops, and they can shut it off at any time and control us by saying how much food we can have and have not, yeah, there's a lot of people that's going to go hungry. And if you don't know how to grow your own food, if you don't know how to raise your own livestock, we just started with chickens, which is a beginner level. And we're enjoying that, but I tell the crazy chicken lady, don't name your food, because after 2 years, when chickens slow way down on laying eggs, they may become food on your plate, simply because the cost of feeding them versus the return doesn't make it profitable. So she doesn't want to hear that, but that's going to be reality. Now, a lot of you can't raise chickens, but you may. If you check your covenants, you can have backyard chickens. If you live in an apartment, you can raise rabbits, quite possibly quail, if you keep it on the down low. Check your covenants rules in your neighborhood. Some people say, well, that's farm animals. Not if you limit it to a few chickens. And again, 4 chickens, well, there's a 6 minimum purchase. So 6 chickens can produce enough eggs for a family of 4 every day. And by the end of the week, you'll have enough to feed your family and then some. So start looking at that. Planting potatoes in a 5-gallon pot, a 5-gallon Home Depot plastic bucket. Punch holes in the bottom of it, filled up with, topsoil. Put a couple seed potatoes in there. Put some yams in another one. You could plant blueberry plants. You could plant strawberry plants. Doesn't matter where you live. You can grow those in your apartment. You can grow those in your, HOAs or a regular home. You have to start thinking, how am I going to provide enough food or at least supplement what may be out? And I certainly would be learning how to grow potatoes. The return for that is excellent. Like I said, 4 pounds versus 15 pounds minimum. That's a good return on the investment. And you better start thinking that, because come fall and for the next 2 years, because if we miss a good growing season for whatever reason, it takes 2 years to put that back. So if this fall, when they say we don't have enough fertilizer because of the war or wars, and we had a bad crop of soybean, we had a bad crop of corn, or the price of cattle is too high and they start culling the cattle and not growing as much, that all creates food shortages. And that trickles down to pet food and everything else. You better think about what it all affects you, including the economy. And this nincompoop has more in the economy for a Green New Deal, making us buy electric cars, going solar energy, than it does protecting us in the southern border. And with Joe Biden's gaffes that he's been doing, saying he doesn't care what Putin thinks, he shouldn't be in power, and he's making all these stupid gaffes about telling our airborne that they're going into Ukraine. At some point, some dictator, Kim Jong-un or Putin or whoever, is going to say, wait a minute, is he really coming after me? Do you think that's possible? And Kim Jong-un has already said they are going to start producing more advanced weapons. He made that announcement. Somebody may take that boob-in-chief at his word and do a first strike, because he's a gaff and an idiot. Food shortages will be coming. It's a very reality. Read Agenda 2030. Listen to what these traders, John Kerry and others, are saying about food shortage and what they want to happen in the Green New Deal. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please get yourself right with God. Get baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. Give thanks every day you draw breath. And I certainly do thank you. Greg out.